Christian Family Radio, it's Money Mindset. Every week on the show, helping you to see money as a tool, not just a goal. Visiting with our friends at Lock Shield Partners.
Clark Hayden, we are always so thankful that you're a part of the show on Wednesdays. Today we're going to talk about child care expenses. Just not necessarily taking your child to a place, but it's a lot of cost involved, and it's worth it having children, right?
They're really expensive, Bridget.
I hear you, but they're worth it.
They're worth it. They're worth it. Yes, it's no secret that the cost of childcare is a real issue today in the U.S., to the point where there are now being tax credits handed out to employers for offering childcare assistance programs to their employees, and all this wealth of change that's happening in that specific space. Because if we want people to join the labor force, then we need childcare for those workers to be able to watch their children, obviously. So that's a real issue that's going on in the U.S. today. And it's something that has a real impact on the cash flow of American families, because childcare is really, really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I know some that's like, I can stay home and take care of my kids and save more that way because I'm paying more than I make in a week, going to work and having somebody else to care for my kids.
That's exactly, Derek. And the cost of childcare for one child, if it were to be full-time care, is almost $1,000 a month.
Woo!
Wow.
That's as much as rent or a mortgage or what have you. So the question becomes, it's a reality that this is something that we're going to have to deal with. So what's the most efficient way to deal with it from a financial planning perspective? So luckily, families have a couple different options. One is something that you don't even have to do anything for. You don't have to apply for it. It's called the Dependent Care Credit on your tax return. And all you have to do is report who you paid for child care, how much you paid them, and then some basic information like their address and things like that. So the best practice around that is to keep a list of who you paid, the date that you paid them, and how much you paid them throughout the year, so that you can make sure to maximize that tax credit on your tax return. And that's a refundable credit, which means that even if your tax liability was zero, you would still be compensated for that credit. So that can be a help for families.
Absolutely.
The other thing for folks to take advantage of is what's called a Dependent Care FSA, which stands for Flexible Spending Account. This is something that's offered as an employee benefit, so you have to work somewhere that offers this as a benefit, but you can make deposits into a Dependent Care FSA and not pay tax on that money.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a health savings, but a child care one.
Exactly. Just like a health savings account, except it's used for child care expenses. Make deposits into it, no tax, and when it comes out, it's not taxed then either, as long as it's used for that purpose.
Love these helpful tips for your family as we head back to school this month. To learn more, visit our website, ChristianFamilyRadio.com, or go directly to our partners, LockShieldPartners.com.